Call to order the meeting of the Greenwood Common Council on Monday, April the 17th. You would please rise and stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, and after the pledge, please remain standing. We'll be led in prayer this evening by Deacon Daniel Lowry of Our Lady of the Greenwood Catholic Church. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I selected for the prayer a short blessing for leaders in our community, and it comes from the late Irish clergyman and wonderful poet, John O'Donoghue. May you have the grace of wisdom to act kindly, learning to distinguish between what is personal and what is not. May you be hospitable to criticism. May you never put yourself at the center of things. May you act not from arrogance, but out of service. May you work on yourself, building up and refining the ways of your mind. May those who work for you know you see and respect them. May you learn to cultivate the art of presence in order to engage with those who meet you. When someone fails or disappoints you, may the graciousness with which you engage be their stairway to renewal and refinement. May you treasure the gifts of the mind through reading and creative thinking, so that you continue as a servant of the frontier. For the new will draw its enrichment from the old, and you never become a functionary. May you know the wisdom of deep listening, the healing of wholesome words, the encouragement of the appreciative gaze, the decorum of held dignity, the springtime edge of the bleak question. May you have a mind that loves frontiers, so that you can invoke the bright fields that lie beyond the view of the regular eye. May you have good friends to mirror your blind spots. May leadership be for you a true adventure of growth. We make these prayers on behalf of our community leaders, invoking your holy name, Father. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call.
Bates,
Present.
Petron,
Present.
Campbell,
Here.
Gibson,
Here.
Bill is absent. Hopper,
Here.
Lexi.
Here.
Middleton.
Here.
And Williams is absent.
We do have a quorum. All of you should have received copies of the minutes of our last regular meeting of April the 3rd. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Lexi, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bates. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, then roll call on the minutes.
Bates,
Aye.
Petron,
Aye.
Campbell,
Aye.
Gibson,
Aye.
Hopper.
Aye.
Lexi.
Aye.
Middleton.
Minutes are approved on a vote of 7-0. IT, the monitors are not on. Are they on out there? They're on. They're not on. Thank you. All right, reports, Corporation Council.
The IDEM monthly report is available on the SharePoint.
Anything from the controller at this time?
Nothing at this time.
Committee board reports. All of you should have received a copy of my report from the last RDC meeting. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any other committee or board reports? All right, hearing none, then at this time, I believe we have a representative from the Johnson County Public Library that would like to give us a report on their activities.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Littner, the Library Director for the Johnson County Public Library. As many of you know, we have 3 library districts in Johnson County. The majority of Greenwood is served by Greenwood Public Library, but on the west side of the county is up north. Here is the Johnson County Public Library, is also west of 65 in the Greenwood area is our library district. But I work really, really well with Cheryl Dobbs at the Greenwood Public Library. I'm just here to give you our last year in review. We had a fantastic year. highlighted with the opening of our new Clark Pleasant branch, which although did receive some damage a couple weeks ago at the tornado, we are back open 7 days later and just have some broken windows we're gonna wait a while to replace and some HVAC delays that we'll have. So hopefully the weather stays nice and we can look at books and comfort in the next few months. The last couple of years, we have many things to be proud of. We continue to check out more than 1 million items per year, and all over Johnson County, the staff have made a difference, helping connect our residents with resources and learning opportunities. At the White River branch and the Franklin branch, they have received some updates to their early childhood learning areas. A much larger project is going to be taking place at the Trafalgar Library to make their early childhood learning more like the experience you see at the new Clark Pleasant branch. That'll happen in 2023. And then a few other highlights. We had our very first Read to Me Jamboree, which was a festival celebrating early childhood learning. We also joined the Indiana State Library's ebook consortium with Overdrive and made many people in the county happy with the Libby app. And if you have a Kindle Paperwhite, that's makes you very, very happy, I guess, because you can access our materials now. We collaborated with the Johnson County Community Foundation with Aspire Johnson County to provide the Great Arts Quest last summer, having families all over the county on a scavenger hunt looking for public art. And then in 2023, keep your fingers crossed, our bookmobile is promised to arrive sometime in July, but that's been delayed for over a year. So we hope that is the case this year. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is that we are doing a feasibility study engaging the public as well as our staff and our boards regarding future improvements to the White River branch. So in this area, your residents may be interested in that. That will be on Wednesday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. at the White River Branch Library. I'll follow up with you all with an email. So if you ever share news with your constituents, please invite them to join us. And we're going to have another at May 18th, 7 p.m. at the Franklin Branch Library, just to see the next probably 5 to 15 years improvements of those two locations. And then inside your package, you'll see our year in review, but you'll also see some programs that I'd like to highlight. On April 30th, we're going to be doing Celebrate DIA, a program celebrating early childhood literacy around the world. We'll be opening our exploration walk with the Greenwood and the Center Grove and the Franklin Rotary Clubs, all funded with their Rotary District grants. We're excited to open that. And then in May, we have 2 author events with still tickets left. Angeline Bowie, as a teen author, she will be at Beeson Hall in Franklin on May 10th at 7 p.m. And Jack Carr, who is a former Navy SEAL, he will be promoting his newest Jack Reese novel called Only the Dead, in conversation with Franklin Chief of Police, Kirby Cochran. There's only 15 tickets left for that one, so you might want to get online right now and grab one. May 15th kicks off our Explore Summer Reading Program, and that runs through July 31st. And we designed it so everybody in Johnson County can participate, but it's really geared for students to keep them engaged in learning during out of school time. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have about the library.
All right, any questions?
I have more of a comment, Lisa, just if you let those know, that's there. But, we appreciate it. I appreciate the libraries being voting centers during the time when we have elections.
It's wonderful to see so many new faces and make new library cards for us too. So it's mutually good. Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments? I appreciate all the work you all do and glad that you're back open after the tornado. So, all right, thank you. This is the time we set aside for members of the audience to address the council concerning items that are on tonight's agenda. And if you wish to do so, please step to the podium, state your name and address for the record. All right. Hearing none, seeing none, then moving on to ordinances and resolutions. There are none under notice of intent to consider, first reading and second reading, new business, introduction of new ordinances and resolutions.
Ordinance number 2311, an ordinance providing for an additional appropriation from the general fund for the review and upgrade of City of Greenwood's information technology security systems, sponsored by Gibson.
Mr. Wright.
Evening. So what we're looking at here is a contract that's with Sondy Solutions. It's a two-part contract. The first will be to install and configure an upgraded firewall system to improve our cybersecurity. And then the other part is a longer-term project of a comprehensive analysis of our IT. Basically, they'll be looking at our current capabilities. They're meeting with each of the departments to find out what they're going to need IT-wise in the next several years, and then help us put together a strategic plan to make sure we have all of that covered.
All right, any questions for Mr. Wright? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Miscellaneous business. This is the opportunity we set aside for members of the audience to address the council concerning items not on tonight's agenda. If you'd like to do so, please step to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Or if you're online. All right. Moving on, council CF1s. Mr. Hopper.
We'll find TA Partners, real property and substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates.
Correct.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed.
I abstain.
Passes 6-0 with one abstention.
60998 Dirt LLC, real property, I find it in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Greenwood BTS LLC, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Worth Supply, Worth Service Supply, personal property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes unanimous.
Find All-Star Properties, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Shear GW2 Building A, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Shear GW3 Building B, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Exeter 1515 Collins, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find Logistics personal property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes unanimously.
Find Gateway Associates, real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
This is the only one I have question. Do we know what this property is, what it is?
The shoe.
Greg, do you know what this one is?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean,
We can always pull over the next meeting.
I think that would be good. I would like to have a better understanding of what this one is for sure. I mean, it met what the cost of the property is, but the jobs and salaries are not, so.
So you just want the city to follow up with them?
Just figure out what it is.
Okay. All right. Any other comments from the council? All right, moving on.
Let's see. Sorry. I'll find Shear GW5 real property in substantial compliance.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Passes 7-0.
Find CTW Electrical.
Motion, Mr. Hopper, second by Mr. Bates. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed? Passes 7-0. Thank you, everyone. Any other miscellaneous business from the council? Anybody? Other miscellaneous business, Corporation Council?
No.
Controller?
Nothing.
Anyone in the mayor's office? You are adjourned.